Hi every wise reader. Welcome to the next video from Read Wiser, a YouTube channel dedicated to helping you improve yourself through books. Join us as we explore the profound insights of Psycho-Cybernetics by the renowned Dr. Maxwell Maltz. Before we dive into the profound insights of this book, please take a moment to support us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us create more valuable content. Thank you. What if I told you that you have an internal thermostat that dictates exactly how much success, happiness, and money you're allowed to have? You can try with all your willpower to break past it, but you'll almost always get pulled right back down to that set point, like a thermostat kicking in to cool the room. That's the core idea of Psycho-Cybernetics. This isn't just another positive thinking book. It's a manual for how your mind's internal guidance system actually works. Written by a plastic surgeon who was stunned to find that changing his patients' faces didn't change their lives. He realized he had to fix their inner face first. Today we're going to learn how to find and reset our own mental thermostat. Psycho-Cybernetics was first published in 1960 by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, a successful plastic surgeon. Maltz had a strange problem. He would perform a perfect surgery on a patient, giving them the beautiful face they'd always wanted. But the patient would still feel ugly, inferior, and unhappy. This fascinated him. He realized that changing the physical face did nothing if the person's internal face of personality remained scarred. He discovered that every one of us has a self-image, or a mental blueprint of who we are, and we are psychologically incapable of acting, feeling, or performing outside the boundaries of that image. It's the area of the possible for our lives. If your self-image is that of an F student, you will unconsciously find a way to fail, even if you study. Why? Because it would feel unnatural to be an A student. Your experience must prove your self-image correct. The most profound discovery wasn't just that this self-image exists, but that it can be changed. And the method for changing it is the core of this book. We're going to break down how to discover your own mechanism, how to reprogram it, and how to finally build the successful personality you deserve. So how do we change this self-image? First, you need to understand the machine you're working with. Maltz introduces the core concept of Psycho-Cybernetics, which he defines as the principles of cybernetics as applied to the human brain. Cybernetics is the study of how automatic guidance systems work, like a torpedo or a heat-seeking missile. A missile is given a target. It doesn't know how it will get there, it just goes. If it goes off course, negative feedback tells it to correct. It makes a mistake, corrects, makes another mistake, corrects, until it hits the target. Your brain and nervous system, Maltz argues, are a perfect, built-in servo mechanism that works exactly the same way. It is a success mechanism. You don't is a machine, you have a machine. And this machine has one job: to achieve the goals you give it. The problem is, most of us are unconsciously giving it the wrong targets. If your self-image is one of failure, your mechanism will faithfully make corrections to ensure you hit that target. But if you give it a clear positive goal, it will work just as automatically and impersonally to achieve that, using its internal guidance system to navigate any obstacle. The key takeaway here is that you possess an automatic guidance system engineered for success. Your job is not to figure out the how, that's the mechanism's job. Your job is simply to provide it with a clear target. But how do you do that? That's where the two main programming tools come in. Let's find out in the next section how to use your imagination to give your mechanism its new target. If your brain is an automatic mechanism, how do you program it? You use the two inputs it was designed to accept: imagination and belief. Maltz calls imagination the first key to your success mechanism. Here's the secret: your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined synthetic experience and a real one. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, you are creating memories of success. You are, in effect, practicing success. Studies proved this. One group of students physically practiced shooting basketball free throws for 20 days and improved 24%. Another group did no practice at all and showed no improvement. But a third group spent 20 minutes a day imagining they were shooting free throws. Their improvement, 23%, almost identical to the group that actually practiced. But imagination alone isn't enough. You also have to deal with your current limiting beliefs. Most of us are, as Maltz says, hypnotized by false ideas we accepted as children. I'm bad at math. I'm shy. I'm not lovable. To break this hypnosis, you must use your conscious, rational mind to challenge these beliefs. When you feel inferior, ask why. Is this belief based on a rational fact or a false conclusion from my past? The cure for an inferiority complex, for example, is to realize the truth. You are a unique you, and you are not in competition with anyone else. Stop measuring yourself against their standards. So you have the tools to program your mechanism. You use vivid, relaxed imagination to install the new success data, and you use rational thought to uninstall the old failure-based beliefs. But there's a catch. If you try to force this change, you'll fail. Let's explore why conscious effort is the enemy of success. This is the part that trips most people up. We're taught that the only way to succeed is through gritted teeth, white-knuckled willpower, and conscious effort. Maltz says this is the worst way to use your mind. Straining and trying too hard will jam your automatic success mechanism. Your conscious mind or forebrain is the control knob. Its job is to set the goal and gather the facts, but it is not supposed to do the job itself. When you try to consciously force a creative idea or a perfect golf swing, you are interfering with the smooth automatic mechanism that's supposed to be doing the work. Think about when you get your best ideas. Is it when you're staring at a blank page trying to force it? No, it's when you've let go, when you're in the shower, on a walk, or just waking up. Your conscious mind defined the problem, and then, by relaxing, it unclamped the mechanism to go find the answer. Maltz's advice is to do your worrying before you place your bet. Use all your conscious thought to plan and prepare. But once it's time to perform, whether in a sales call, a public speech, or an exam, you must dismiss absolutely all responsibility and care about the outcome. You have to relax and trust your mechanism to execute what it has practiced. So the conscious mind is for setting the destination, not for rowing the boat. You must learn to relax and let your automatic mechanism do its work. This idea of relaxing and letting go is not just for big projects. It's also the secret to daily well-being. Let's see how this applies to the habit of happiness. Most of us have happiness all wrong. We think happiness is a reward we get after we achieve something. I'll be happy when I get the promotion, when I pay off the house, when I find a partner. Maltz calls this living on the deferred payment plan, and it's a trap. He argues that happiness is not a future reward, it is a present habit. In fact, happiness is good medicine. When you're happy, your entire body functions better, your eyesight improves, your digestion is better, and you're more successful. We've got it backwards. It's not be successful and you'll be happy. It's be happy and you'll become more successful. So how do you practice it? First, you stop adding your own negative opinions to the facts. Getting fired is a fact. Believing I am ruined is just your opinion. Second, you practice healthy-mindedness by deliberately choosing to focus on pleasant thoughts and memories, just as an athlete practices a skill. Most importantly, happiness is the natural state of a goal-striving being. Your success mechanism is designed to be chasing a goal. When you have no goal that is important to you, your mechanism is idle and you feel unhappy and purposeless. The antidote to unhappiness is to always have a positive, worthwhile goal you are working toward. So, happiness is a skill, a habit, and a natural part of being goal-oriented. But to maintain it, we need to be able to diagnose when we're slipping into failure patterns. Maltz gives us a simple, clear-cut checklist for both success and failure. Let's look at that next. Maltz makes it easy to know what to aim for. He provides a picture of success using the acronym SUCCESS. This is the blueprint for the ideal self-image you want to build. It's composed of S for sense of direction, Q for understanding, C is for courage, C for compassion, E for esteem, S for self-confidence, and S for self-acceptance. Two of these are especially critical. First, courage. You must be willing to act and risk making mistakes. Maltz says a step in the wrong direction is better than standing still, because your guidance system can only guide you once you are moving. You can't steer a parked car. Second, self-acceptance. This is the starting point. It doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you accept yourself now with all your faults as the person you're going to build from. The most important part of this is separating yourself from your behavior. You make mistakes, but mistakes do not make you. You failed an exam, but you are not a failure. This is the foundation. Now, just as success has a feel, failure has its own set of warning signs. Maltz gives us another acronym, FAILURE. This stands for frustration, aggressiveness, misdirected, insecurity, loneliness, uncertainty, resentment, and emptiness. These aren't sins, they are signals. They are your mechanism's negative feedback, telling you you're off course. For instance, resentment is a sign you're blaming others instead of setting your own goals. Uncertainty is a sign you're paralyzed by a fear of making a mistake. When you feel these, don't just suffer them. Recognize them as signals to correct your course. We've identified the target and the warning signs. But what about the baggage from our past that's holding us back? How do we get rid of the old wounds? Let's look at Maltz's method for emotional surgery. Many of us have a poor personality, not because we were born with one, but because our real personality is locked up and inhibited. Maltz explains this is caused by two things: old emotional scars and the habit of inhibition. First, the emotional scars. When someone hurts you, you build an emotional callus to protect yourself. The problem is, this callus doesn't just protect you from that one person. It walls you off from everyone, making you cold, lonely, and marring your self-image. The only way to remove these scars is with what Maltz calls therapeutic forgiveness. This isn't the weak, I forgive you, but I won't forget kind. This is genuine emotional surgery. It means completely canceling the debt for your own sake as if it never happened. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it to heal yourself. Second, we have to cure inhibition. Inhibition is just a state of excessive negative feedback. You are so busy self-consciously monitoring yourself, being too careful and worrying, what are they thinking of me? That you jam your own mechanism. You literally stutter all over. The cure is to practice disinhibition. Deliberately be less careful. Speak before you think and correct as you go. Stop your internal critic. Act spontaneously. You've been over-inhibited for so long that you need to take a long step in the opposite direction to find balance. So, you heal the past with forgiveness and unlock the present with disinhibition. This gives you the freedom to finally put these techniques into practice. In our next section, we'll learn how to handle stress, master a crisis, and generate that winning feeling on command. This section gives us the 3 ultimate practical skills. First, how to create your own do-it-yourself tranquilizer. Maltz explains that stress and anxiety are not caused by external events, but by our response to them. You can't feel anxious if you don't respond with tension. The key is to practice non-response. Imagine a phone ringing, but you calmly choose not to answer it. You can do the same with any negative stimulus. Relaxation is non-response. A powerful way to practice this is by mentally retreating to a quiet room in your mind for a few minutes. This builds a psychic screen against stress. Second, how to handle a crisis. A crisis is just a turning point. The key is to practice without pressure, or shadow box. Before the big sales meeting, practice it in your imagination. Before the public speech, shadow box it in your mind. This builds the success patterns your mechanism will use automatically when the pressure is on. Also, that excited feeling you get. That's not fear. That's neutral energy. If your attitude is aggressive, you'll use it as courage. If it's defensive, you'll feel it as fear. Finally, how to get the winning feeling. This feeling is the thermometer that tells you your mechanism is geared for success. You can generate it on demand by vividly reliving a past success. It doesn't matter how small. Feel the same feelings you felt then. This plays back the success pattern. Then apply that feeling to the future goal you want to achieve. Practicing constructive worry, that is, obsessing over the best possible outcome, not the worst. So we've learned how to reprogram our minds, overcome the past, and manage the present. But what about the future? What about aging? Maltz's final chapter is a profound look at how this mechanism is the true fountain of youth. Maltz's ultimate goal is not just success, but more life in your years. He argues that we have a basic life force, or what scientist Hans Selye called adaptation energy. This is the energy that heals us and keeps us vital. The failure mechanism, frustration, pessimism, resentment, burns up this energy and literally accelerates the aging process. In contrast, the success mechanism, optimism, cheerfulness, and goal striving, makes more of this life force available. Maltz saw it in his own patients. The ones who had a compelling reason to get well, a goal to strive for, healed much faster. We can literally think ourselves into old age. When we accept the belief that at 50 or 65 we are washed up, our self-image changes. We stop being active, we stop being creative, and we stop striving. This, not the calendar, is what causes aging. The secret to staying young is to create a need for more life. You must always have goals. You must develop what Maltz calls a nostalgia for the future, an enthusiastic anticipation for what's next. Creative people like Picasso or Edison lived and worked into their 80s and 90s because they were always striving toward a new goal. You can retire from a job, Maltz says, but you must never retire from life. So what is the ultimate message of Psycho-Cybernetics? It's that you are not a victim of your past, your personality, or your circumstances. You are the operator of a powerful automatic success mechanism. Your entire life up to this moment has been the result of the targets and beliefs you've been feeding it. Most of us have been programming this system with failure data, by dwelling on past mistakes, accepting limiting beliefs, and using our imagination to worry about negative outcomes. Your self-image has been your prison. But today you've been given the keys to that prison. You've learned that you can perform emotional surgery on old scars through forgiveness. You've learned that you can de-hypnotize yourself from false beliefs. And most importantly, you've learned that your imagination is a theater of the mind, where you can practice success until it becomes real. Your job is not to try harder. Your job is to set a clear, positive goal. Use your imagination to get that winning feeling, then relax and let your automatic mechanism take over. You are not a failure. You are not inferior. You are, as Maltz says, made in the image of God, and you were engineered for success. Your new life begins when you decide to build a new self-image. So what is one limiting belief, one part of your old self-image, that you are going to challenge and de-hypnotize starting today? And what is one small shadowboxing exercise you can do to start practicing success? Let us know your plan in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you're going to achieve. If you found this summary valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to Read Wiser, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching.